Hi everyone, Rod Armande, immigration and personal injury attorney. How do you maintain your F-1 student visa status? Well, we know that a number of F-1 students were revoked. Their visas were revoked. They were using AI to run through their background, and some people even with minor traffic violations or minor charges that were dismissed, they had their visas revoked. So how do you maintain F-1 student visas? It is your responsibility as a student to maintain that. So there's a number of things that I want to go over, right? All must be issued, obviously, a Form I-20. The password must be valid for at least 6 months into the future. It is the student's responsibility to renew the passport. I-94 record should reflect DS or F-1 status on it. Academic requirements, what do you need to do is attend the school that is listed on your I-20, okay? The F-1 undergraduate student must enroll full-time, which is 12 credits. Graduate student must enroll full-time, which is 9 credits. Online courses are allowed up to 3 credits towards that full-time. If you plan to enroll less than full-time, you must obtain approval from your advisor before dropping below the required number of credits, okay? You must maintain good academic status as defined by your school, and the program updates and changes, okay? What do you need to do? Keep your Form I-20 up to date. Report any of the following changes to DSO within 10 days. Change of major, degree level, funding, change of address or phone number, name change, all of that should be reported within 10 days. Extend your I-20 before it expires if you need more time to finish the program. Now, as far as employment goes, F-1 students have different ways to be employed. Most can be only employed on campus, and it's for up to 20 hours per week. However, off campus is also allowed, but you need to have OPT or CPT. Now, you must be authorized by the DSO, endorsed on Form I-20, and updated in Civis for a curricular practical training, the CPT. OPT provides F-1 students with an opportunity to gain practical experience in their field of study. So that's up to 12 months. It can be pre-completion of the program of study, or it can be post-completion of the program of study. And then those students who are practicing or have studied STEM fields and will be working in a STEM field can obtain a 24-month extension of OPT. The F-1 student must get a prior approval from the DSO and apply for and receive an employment authorization card, an EAD, before beginning the work, okay? Also, in some cases, under severe economic hardship, you can basically work, and that would be basically if you lost your financial aid, or there's some kind of currency fluctuation in your country that you can argue has created extreme hardship to you financially. A lot of people want to know about traveling on F-1 student visas. Obviously, a lot of people are being subject to secondary inspection. So really quickly, just some things to keep in mind when you're traveling on an F-1 student. Before making international travel plans, check that your Civis record is up to date and in active status. Make sure that your DSO has signed your Form I-20, certificate of eligibility for non-immigrant student status in the travel endorsement section within the last year, okay, and that you are not leaving the country for more than 5 months. If you have a pending practical training application, it is not recommended that you leave the United States. So if your application is pending, do not leave, okay? If USCIS approves your OPT application, you will receive an EAD to your U.S. address. You are expected to have your EAD in hand to re-enter the United States. When you arrive at a U.S. port of entry, you will meet the U.S. Customs and Border Protection CBP. You will go through primary and sometimes secondary inspection. A lot of times people are being subject to secondary inspections, so be careful about that. They can obviously search your electronic devices if you deny them or you don't want to give them their password and stuff like that. It can lead to them denying you entry into the country. Obviously, you need to report change of address, loss of F-1 status. If you violate any kind of law, and as I just said in the very beginning of this video, some people have had their F-1 visas revoked even for minor traffic violations. and minor charges that were dismissed. Of course, if you do find yourself in this kind of situation, it's important that you reach out to a reputable attorney. Make sure that you keep a record of electronic records of the following documents and take it to that attorney. You want the civis record and all I-20s and notes, I-94 and travel history. You want to keep digital copies of your passport, visas, all I-20s and both sides of any EAD that was issued to you. Okay, now final reminders, guys. Keep your civis record active by staying enrolled and communicating with your school's international office. Depart the U.S. within 60 days of completion of your program unless you transfer, you apply for OPT, or you change status. So some people change status to like H-1B, some people get married. Make sure that you are applying for those changes of status within that grace period. And then talk to your DSO before making any changes to your academic program or visa status. If you have any questions about maintaining your F-1 status, contact your DSO, the designated school official. If you require further assistance, feel free to reach out to me at rodarmandelaw.com. Take care, guys, and stay tuned for more updates.